Do you see anything below you?
Grass.
Look around and see what you see around you.
I don't see anything yet.
Okay. Explore the grass. What's around the grass?
Next to a big tree.
Describe the tree.
Big, thick brown trunk. Big, thick branches close to the earth, going out. A lot of leaves falling from it, sitting under it.
Okay. And let's walk to the tree. And as you walk towards the tree, do you see anything else around you?
I see like a old brown fence around the area.
Go ahead and walk towards the fence and describe everything that you see around the fence.
It's like a really, really big green field. I can see like a brown house behind me.
Okay. Now I want you to look around your body and describe to me your body. Do you have a body?
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like you're a man or a woman?
A woman, like a girl.
Okay. Are you young or old?
Young.
Okay. And what do you have on your feet?
I don't have anything on my feet.
Okay. Are you wearing anything on your body?
I'm wearing like a white flowy dress.
Is there anything on your head?
No, just coming on here.
Okay. And as you're walking along the green fence towards the house, describe what the house looks like.
It's small. It's brown, like wooden, like a cabin sort of.
Okay. Are there any other homes around?
No, I don't see any.
Go ahead and walk towards the house and go inside the house. Describe to me what you see inside the house.
See more wooden furniture around the big fireplace, big fire going. It's empty. No people.
Is nobody there?
Mm-mm.
What kind of furniture do you see inside?
It's like a wooden rocking chair, a wooden table, some like low lighting, not much.
Okay. And is there anybody else that lives there with you?
I don't think so. I don't see anyone.
Okay. Is there anything inside the house that belongs to somebody else?
I don't think that rocking chair is mine.
Whose is it? Who typically sits on the rocking chair?
A man.
Describe this man.
You can see him. With long beard.
Is he related to you?
Yes.
What is the relation?
I think my father.
Okay. Is that the only person that has items in this house that you live in?
Yeah, I don't see anything that belongs to anyone else.
Okay. Do you know what happened to the rest of your family? Is there any other family that used to live there?
I don't know.
Okay. Now, I want you to go inside and see if you can eat something. Is there any food in the kitchen or in the house?
I don't see much. No.
Okay. Now, where is your father? Do you know?
I don't know.
Have you seen him in a while?
I don't think so.
Okay. So you're all alone.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do all day?
Outside. In the fire. It's sunny out right now. I don't see animals or anything.
Where are all the animals?
No.
Okay. I want you to leave this scene and move forward to an important day in this life. A day that you consider to be important when something is happening. Have you moved forward to that important day?
No.
Okay. Let's move forward to another important day where a big event happened to you. Do you see anything happening?
I'm looking around. It's like a rainy day. I can't see much else.
Okay. Are you still alone?
I'm looking for somebody.
Who are you looking for?
I'm looking for my father.
Okay. And why are you looking for your father?
I'm in like a town by myself.
There's nobody else that lives there?
There's people around.
Can you go up to some of the people and ask them where your father is?
They're not really looking
Describe what they look like.
at me. They're long dresses on.
Okay. How do they like their houses?
They There's lanterns hanging outside.
Okay. Then keep walking through the town. Why are you at this town? Why do you think your father's at this town?
And picking up some food.
Okay.
The basket.
Do you see him?
No.
And as you walk through this town, what do you notice about it? Is there anything that you notice about the town?
Cobblestone streets. Very small.
Okay. I want you to look forward to another very important day in this life when a big event happens to you. What happens?
I'm not going there yet.
Okay. Move forward to a big day that happens. Are you being told, are you still living with your father in the cabin?
Yeah.
And as you grow, what happens to your everyday?
I think I have to leave.
Why do you have to leave?
Since I'm alone.
Why do you have to leave since you're alone?
So I can't take care of it. It's, sustain it on my own. Need to go where other people are.
Okay. So where do you go? Where are the people?
I don't know. I'm thinking I have to go back to town.
Okay. So go back to the town. And where do you go in the town?
Go into like a stone building.
What's inside the stone building?
There's like a room for me to sleep.
Okay. What do you do all day in this building?
Well, I'm living there and needing to make my life there now and get food.
What happened to your father?
I haven't seen him again. I don't know.
No. Okay. And what do you do all day to get food and take care of yourself in this town?
I can't see.
Okay. I want you to move forward in your life to another very important day in this lifetime. One of the most important days that you've ever had. Do you see anything?
I don't see anything right now.
Okay. I want you to move to the very last day of your life. We've gone forward to the last day of your life in this lifetime we are watching. What is happening?
And then I'm laying in a bed. There's nobody else.
Okay. There's nobody else around you?
Mm-mm.
What's happening to your body?
I'm just laying down.
Okay. And there's nobody in the house or
Nope, I don't see anybody.
nobody else? Okay. Now, whatever happened has already happened, and you're on the other side of it. As you look at the life that you just had, what did you learn from it?
I was by myself a lot. And I saw other people around.
Okay. And what do you think the purpose of living a lonely life was for you?
I had to make it on my own. And I wanted a family.
But did you never pursued a family?
I don't feel like I did.
Okay. Did you ever pursue a companion?
I don't see one either.
Okay. So the purpose of this life was to find out that you can take care of yourself, but that it's lonely to live life alone. Do you have any regrets about not starting a family and seeking a companion to start a family with?
Yes.
Why do you regret that?
And I died alone.
Okay.
Felt lonely.
So it's lonely.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Now, you can drift and float away from that scene, to leave the person there to continue their own path. And you can either move forward or backwards to find another appropriate time and place. You can even move forward and go into the spirit world if you want to. Remember, you're still in the white pyramid of light that protects you from anything. So you can go anywhere. What do you see?
What's looking at?
Okay. And keep traveling in the pyramid on the cloud. And as you come down, what do you see?
Let's see. A lot of water.
Okay. What does the water look like?
Like dark ocean water.
Okay. Go ahead and go down to the water. And as you come down, what do you see?
Some really big waves. Like a stormy sea.
Okay. And go ahead and follow those waves. Where does it go?
Further out to sea.
Okay. And let's move over to your body. What do you see is your body?
I don't really see one right now.
Do you have a physical body?
I'm seeing big waves.
Okay.
I don't know.
Can you look and see if you have any limbs? Do you have any limbs?
Okay, I see my arm.
What does your arm look like?
Looks like a regular arm, white arm, my left arm.
Okay. And what about the rest of your body? Do you have a torso?
Yes.
Okay. And do you have legs?
I can't see my legs.
Go ahead and bring them towards your face. Bend down and see what you see. Are you wearing any clothes?
No.
Okay. You wearing anything on your head?
Mm-mm.
Okay. So you're in the water and you have arms and a torso, but you don't know what else you have. Go ahead and swim through the water. What does your legs look like?
Kicking.
Kicking?
Mm-hmm.
So you have legs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Are you male or female?
Female.
Young or old?
Young.
Young. Okay. And so you're a young female swimming naked in the ocean. And what is happening with the waves? Are you getting hit by the wave or what's happening? Are you
swimming under them?
You're swimming underneath them. And go ahead and swim under the waves and swim towards your home. What do you see in the ocean?
I'm swimming in dark water. I'm swimming down.
You're swimming down into the dark water.
Mm-hmm.
Do you keep going down?
Mm-hmm. Swimming straight.
Okay. So keep swimming and tell me what you see along the way. Where are you swimming towards?
I'm swimming towards the bottom.
The bottom of the ocean?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, swim towards the bottom. And when you get to the bottom, what do you see?
A lot of rolling sand. Coral.
Okay.
I'm now going back up.
Okay. And now that you went back up to the top of the water, what do you see around the top of the water?
See the waves crashing.
Where is it crashing at?
I'm crashing on the top of the ocean.
Okay. Is there any land that you see?
Coming up.
Do you see any fish or animals?
I see fish swimming around me.
What kind of fish do you see?
Small schools of fish.
Okay. And is there anybody else swimming with you?
I don't see anyone.
Swim towards your home.
Okay, I'm above the water now, swimming towards, looks like land.
Okay, go ahead and swim towards the land. Describe what the land looks like.
It's a long beach.
Okay. What kind of trees are along the beach?
It's like, it's a sandy beach, but it's dark. Evergreen trees, of rocks.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like rainy, stormy.
Okay. So go ahead and go towards the land. When you get to the land, go towards where you live. Do you see where you live?
I don't think I'm near home right now. I'm just standing on the beach. It looks pretty
Okay.
rustic or yeah, I don't see where I live.
So walk along the beach and describe to me what you see along the way.
I see a lot of the dark evergreen trees, big rocks. No other people either. I know. I hear that crashing of the waves on the rocks.
Okay. And as you walk around, do you see anybody else? Any place where you live? What do you do all day?
I don't know, I can't tell.
Okay. As you walk into the land, walk towards the trees.
Okay.
Okay.
Big trees.
Mm-hmm. Walk through the trees. Do you see anything else through the trees?
Something on the other side of the trees. Looks like there's a road here.
Okay. Walk along the road and follow that road. What kind of road is it?
Like a little bit paved. Not a lot. Surrounded by tall trees.
Mm-hmm. And go ahead and walk along that road. And as you're walking along that road, describe what you see. Do you see anybody?
I don't see anybody right now.
Okay. Do you see anything else?
No, I feel lost. I don't know.
Okay. I want you to move to a very important day. A very important day that something happens in this life. What do you see as you leave that scene and go to a very important day that you consider to have something important happen to you?
I know I'm not going anywhere right now.
Okay. So look around you. Where do you see where you live?
think I live up the hill.
Walk up the hill. What is on up this hill?
It's like thick woods with a house that looks at the water.
The house looks like water?
Looks at the water.
Looks at the water. What does the house look like? Describe the house.
It's hidden behind the trees. It's kind of brown and red. The big deck outside, but it's kind of alone.
There's no other houses around?
Not really close by.
Okay. Open the door and go into the house. Describe the interior of the house. What do you see inside?
Everything's really clean. I hear sounds of people walking.
Okay, who's walking?
Sounds like a couple people.
Walk up to them and describe what you see.
To go upstairs.
Are you still naked?
No,
What are you wearing now?
we have a skirt on. A black shirt.
Okay. And as you're walking upstairs, do you see anybody else upstairs?
Yeah, I see a boy.
Okay, describe the boy. Is he older or younger than you?
He's younger than me, like 7 years old.
And is he your family member or is he related to you?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay. And what is he doing?
he's playing with a train. He's with blonde hair. Sitting on the floor.
Okay. And go up to him and play with him. Does he say anything to you?
Smiles and says hi.
Okay. And describe his room or where he's playing at.
It's like in a hallway with some a wooden train, not in a room. It's like on a white shirt.
Okay. And let's move away from the little boy who's related to you. And you said there was other people in the house. Move to where the other people are as well. Who are you talking to now?
I see a girl, like same age, kind of.
Is she related to you?
Yes.
Okay. Is she your sister?
No, I think she's a daughter.
She's a daughter?
I think so.
Whose daughter is she?
Mine.
She's your daughter? And the little boy, whose son is he?
I think he's mine.
He's yours. Okay. And go to the little girl and ask her a question.
She's sitting on a bed, reading. Ask her how her day was.
And what did she say?
She was still reading.
Okay. And you said the house was very clean. Who cleans the house?
Me.
Okay. And what do you do all day?
I take care of the house.
Okay. Is there anybody else that lives in this house with you and your 2 children?
I don't see anybody here right now.
Okay. So you don't see anybody else, just the 3 of you?
Right, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't see anybody.
Okay. Now I want you to sit down for a meal. What are you sitting down eating?
Eating corn, potatoes.
Are you eating by yourself?
No, the boy and the girl.
Okay. What happens to their father? Do they have a father?
I think so.
What do you know about him?
Can't really see him very well.
Where is he?
At the end of the table.
He's at the end of the table with you guys?
Mm-hmm.
So you're all eating a meal together?
Mm-hmm.
And describe what he looks like.
Only thing I can see is he has a long beard.
Long beard?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what does he do all day?
He wasn't here.
Where does he go?
I don't know.
Okay. Go ahead and ask him. What does he do all day?
So he goes to a shop.
What does he do at the shop?
He's repairing things.
What kind of things?
Cars.
So he's repairing cars at the shop.
Mm-hmm.
And what is...
His hands are kind of dirty.
Hands are kind of dirty? Okay. I want you to move forward to a very important day in this life. Move forward a little bit more. Another very important day that a big event happens in this life. What do you see? Remember, in your pyramid of life, you're protected from anything. So you can explore anything. In this important day, what do you see?
I see a little baby.
Okay. Is it a boy or a girl?
A boy.
Whose baby is it?
Mine.
Do you have another child?
It's the only one I see.
Okay. Where are the other 2 children?
I don't think they're there yet.
Are you by yourself?
I'm by myself holding a small baby.
Where are you at?
I'm in a bed at my home.
Okay. And what are you doing with the baby right now?
Baby is asleep. Just holding.
Okay. And is there anybody else around you?
I'm looking around. I don't see anyone right now.
Okay. So what do you do all day?
Right now I am the day holding the baby.
Okay.
I see.
Now I want you to leave that scene and let's move forward again to another very important day. A day that you consider to be very important. When you get there, what is happening?
I don't see anything yet.
You don't see anything? Did you move forward to the last day of your life?
I see adults standing out on a balcony.
And what are they looking at?
I'm looking at the water.
Okay.
It's close.
Okay. And what's happening to the water?
It's calm. It's just sitting there.
Okay. And is there anybody else there with you in the house?
Yes.
Who is in the house?
I'm here with the man.
You're
Husband.
there with your husband?
Mm-hmm.
And how old are you?
I'm getting old.
Okay. So the children, where are the children?
They're not here.
They've grown up?
I think so. They're not here.
Okay. And are you talking to your spouse?
Standing next to me. We're both looking out at the water.
Okay. And is there anything else that's happening?
I think my husband is sick.
What is he sick with?
They don't look sick, but I feel like I know he's sick.
And how is he sick?
I don't know, he's really skinny and old.
I want you to move forward again. Forward in your senior years to a very important event. What do you see?
I see, I'm looking at a picture of my husband when he was younger. I think I'm at his funeral.
Describe it.
So outside, there's some people around. They're talking. It's a lot of black.
Okay. And do you see anybody else there?
Yeah, there's like a small crowd of people. You can't see, it's just individual faces. I know they're there.
Okay. I want you to move to the very last day of your life. I want you to move to the forward to the very last day of your life that you are watching. What do you see?
I see the inside of a hospital.
Okay. And where are you?
I'm in the hospital bed.
Okay. And what is happening?
I hear like beeping and looking up at the ceiling.
Okay. And is there anything else that's happening in the scene? Do you see your family or anybody else?
I see someone sitting next to me.
Who's next to you?
A woman.
And who is this?
It's a blonde woman. Middle-aged woman.
Is she in relation to you?
Yeah.
Who is she?
I think a daughter.
Okay. Did she say anything to you?
I'm not saying anything. No. She's looking at me.
Okay. Now, whatever happened has already happened, and you are on the other side of it. As you look at your life, what did you learn from this lifetime?
And that I had a family lived by the water. I had my daughter with me.
Okay. What was the purpose of this life?
Purpose was to spend time at home with my family.
Okay. And why? Why was it so important for you to spend time with your family?
So that I could have family around me.
Okay. So companionship is very important to you?
Mm-hmm.
You don't feel lonely?
No.
Okay. So the purpose of this life was to know what it feels like to raise a family and have a good marriage?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, leave the person there behind and let them continue on their own path. And I want you to get back on the cloud and I want you to drift up, and far away. You can move either forward or backward or even into the spirit world and explore whatever you want. And I want you to float to the most appropriate time and place. And when you get to the most appropriate time and place, tell me what is happening and what you see.
I'm still floating.
Okay. Are you moving forward in time or backwards in time?
Forward.
Move forward. And as you move forward, you can go anywhere you want and stop anywhere you want. And when you stop, you're going to get off the cloud. What do you see below you?
I see like a busy city.
And what does the city look like?
With a lot of buildings, a lot of people, like crowded, like gray looking.
Okay. Remember, you're in the pyramids. You can explore anything and you won't get hurt. So as you come down off the cloud to the busy city, I want you to walk towards where you live. And as you're walking, describe what your body looks like or feels like. Do you have a body?
Yeah, I feel like like a young woman.
Okay.
Then walking on the street by myself, like through a crowd, kind of bumping into people.
Okay. And what are you wearing?
I'm wearing like a long skirt from my waist. This looks like a 50s skirt or something. A white blouse. I have some like books in my arm.
And what kind of books are they?
I feel like thick textbooks.
Okay.
I think.
And these textbooks, what are they for?
I think I'm going to college.
Okay. Do you know what college you're going to?
I don't know.
Okay. Go ahead and walk forward. And as you walk forward, describe to me what the city looks like that you're in.
The city looks like looks really urban, like it's like New York City.
Okay.
Tall buildings close together.
And what are the people wearing?
See a lot of suits. Wearing suits. Women in dresses. Heels.
Mm-hmm. And how do people get around?
Everyone's walking.
Everybody's walking?
Yeah.
Are there any other transportation that people are doing besides walking?
I think I hear cars. I don't see any right now.
Okay. Keep walking until you hear the cars that come by.
Walking down the block. And stop here, there's cars going by.
What do the cars look like?
Look like old kind of like square cars.
Okay. Like old as in what? How old?
Like how they look in like pictures I see of like Cuba, whatever that like.
Okay.
Like I don't know exactly what that is, but that's what they look like.
Okay. And so they're going by, and you're walking along the street in New York City.
Mm-hmm.
So as you're walking, where do you go?
I'm trying to go back home.
Okay, where's home?
I'm walking to in the city. In a building, an old tall building.
Describe what the building looks like.
There's no balconies. There's stairs into it. Tall brick building. It's like a bunch of apartments.
Mm-hmm.
I go in and go up the stairs to go into my apartment.
Okay. So go into your apartment. And what is inside your apartment?
Small. It's a kitchen table, like a old-fashioned refrigerator. It was like rounded, shaggy carpet.
Okay. Is there anybody else that lives there with you?
Yeah,
Who?
there's like a young man and a little like toddler.
Okay. And the toddler, is it a boy or a girl?
It's a boy.
And who's its mother?
It's me.
You're its mother?
Mm-hmm.
And who's its father?
He's a suit on. He's sitting with a child.
Is he the man that's in the apartment with you?
Yeah.
Okay. What is his relation to you?
It's my husband.
Is your husband?
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to college?
Yeah.
And you live in a small apartment in New York City with your husband and your son.
Mm-hmm.
And your husband is wearing a suit. Why is he wearing a suit?
He was working also.
Where does he work?
He works in a bank.
Do you know what the bank's name is?
I don't know.
Okay. And so he works in a bank all day?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what do you do all day?
I go to class.
What kind of classes are you taking?
I take big books to class. I go to law classes.
Okay, so are you studying law?
I think, yeah.
Okay. And describe the school that you go to.
It's in the city. It's in city buildings. Small classroom with small classes, men and women.
Okay. Are there any other features of the campus?
You can really just see it along the city streets. It's right in the city.
In the city?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I want you to move forward to a very important day in this life where a big event happens to you. Describe the event.
I'm wearing a cap and gown to graduation day.
Okay.
Black cap and gown.
Black cap and gown. Do you see anybody else with you?
There's a lot of people around. They all have their caps and gowns too.
Okay. And describe what else is happening.
I'm on like a stage in an auditorium. It's the graduation ceremony. There's people in the audience.
Okay. Now, is your spouse and your child there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I want you to move forward past the graduation scene. What kind of degree did you get?
Lawyer.
A law degree?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to move forward to another very, very important day in this life. A day that made a big difference in his life. What happened to you?
I'm not there yet.
Okay. Remember, you're in the white pyramid of light, and you can go anywhere, and you're safe. And as you move towards a very important day in this lifetime, another very important day, what do you see?
I see a big conference room, the top of the building, and looking out at the city. I have a suit on.
What does the suit look like?
It's black suit, the white blouse. Again, looking out over the city.
Okay. And what do you do all day?
I work here in the office.
And what is your work?
I have cases. I can see that there's a lot of files around, a lot of papers, a lot of other offices.
Okay. Do you see anybody else around you that you work with?
Yeah, I see other men who have suits on.
Okay. Do you see any women as well?
I don't see any women.
Okay. Are you a lawyer?
Yeah, I'm a corporate
lawyer?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And do you like what you do as a corporate lawyer in New York City?
I do.
You do. And why do you like it?
I feel like I'm a powerful person in it.
Okay. And why do you feel that you're powerful? What makes you powerful?
I think I'm in charge in the area.
Right. So are you in charge of the law firm?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what happens in the office? What's a normal day like for you?
I spend most of my day in the office. Go outside my office, talk to the other men in the other offices. I see one woman with a dress sitting at a desk. I think she by the front door. Talk to her.
What do you say to her?
I ask her who's come by, if she's a receptionist.
Okay.
But that's all.
I want you to move to another very important day in his life. Another day that has a big impact on your life. And as you go into this day, describe what is happening.
I see my son is older. I'm talking to him.
What are you saying to him?
I can't tell right now.
Okay. What is happening?
It's just me and him.
Okay, where are you?
He's taller than me. And it's just the two of us in a room.
Okay. Where is his room?
A small room. The door closed. He has a suit on.
What does he wear the suit for?
I think we're at a funeral.
Okay. What are you wearing?
I am on a black dress.
Whose funeral are you attending?
I think his dad's.
His dad's?
Mm-hmm.
Describe the funeral.
Right. We leave the room, the small room. There's a big cafeteria looking room with people at tables talking. I think it's after the funeral. People are eating. A lot of people wearing black.
Okay.
It's a white room, blank.
Now, I want you to look forward to the very last day of your life, in this life. Okay? What do you see?
I see then like a home office, like with books. I see books around. It's on like dark wood shelves.
Okay. Is there anybody else around you?
No. I'm laying on the floor.
You're laying on the floor? Why are you on the floor?
I think I fell.
You fell? How old are you?
No. Elderly, not that old.
Okay. How did you get on the floor? How did you fall?
I was standing. I think something happened. I passed out and fell onto my shoulder.
Okay. And there's nobody else in the house with you?
No.
So then what happens?
And it goes dark.
Then it goes dark? Okay.
Close my eyes.
Okay. Well, you have no physical sensation, so you can definitely talk about it. Now, whatever happened has already happened, and you're on the other side of it. And as you look at this life, what did you learn from it?
I worked really hard in my career. I was really high-powered at work a lot. I remember being there a lot. I remember that view from the window a lot.
So you learned that you accomplish a goal if you focus on the same goal and work on it?
And that was my number one priority.
What do you think was the purpose of that?
I don't feel like it was balanced.
Why wasn't it balanced?
I think it was all, I think I was just working most of the time and not doing anything else.
Did you spend time with your family?
Not very much.
Okay. So you don't feel like you had a balanced life because you spent too much time working?
I don't feel like I have balance.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything else that you learned from that life?
That my time was spent at the office and I died in my home office. That was my life. Needed more time with people.
You need more time with people?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, let's return that person to the scene and let them carry on with their life. Now let's go back on the cloud and move on. Now that you've revisited some significant past memories, let's move forward in time to a future time in this life or another important future lifetime. The cloud is coming down. Do you see anything?
Not yet.
Okay.
I'm seeing water again.
You see water again? And go down to the water. And what do you see?
I see I'm standing at my house. It's a big house behind me
Mm-hmm.
on a lake. It's a white house.
Okay. And describe your body.
I'm like middle-aged. I'm not wearing shoes, wearing shorts.
Are you male or female?
Female.
Okay. Is there anybody else around you?
I think they're inside.
Do you have anything on your head?
They have like long blonde hair. Nothing else.
Okay. Go ahead and walk towards the house. And go inside the house. Can you describe the inside of the house?
It's like modern looking. Sharp edges. It's all windows. Looking at the water.
Okay. And what is modern? What kind of furniture is inside the house? Is it furniture?
It's like clean lines, black and white. Square looking furniture.
Okay. And who is in the house?
I'm in the room, there's nobody there.
Okay.
See, someone in the kitchen.
Who's in the kitchen?
Looks like a teenager.
Okay. Is it a boy or a girl?
It's a boy.
Does he have any relation to you?
Yeah, he's my son.
Okay. And is he sitting down eating something?
No, he's standing up. He's looking around the kitchen. His brown hair. Not looking at me.
Go up to him and ask him a question.
That's what he's looking for.
What does he say?
So he's hungry. Something to eat.
Okay. So go and find something to eat.
Okay.
What are you guys eating?
Open the refrigerator. Eating sandwiches.
Okay.
Making them in the kitchen.
Making in the kitchen? Okay. Are there appliances or how are you making the sandwiches?
Making them on the counter. It's a white counter. Silver refrigerator.
Okay. Let's move forward to an important day in this life. When something really important happens to you. What do you see?
Waiting. Looking
Okay. You're still in the pyramid of white light, so nothing can harm you. You can explore anything. And as you come down, in this very important day in his life. What's happening below you?
I see a road, and a car,
Okay. Describe the car.
the white Jeep,
And who's driving it?
me.
You're driving it? And where are you going?
I'm leaving home. I don't know where I'm going.
What just happened?
I don't remember.
Does your son still live with you?
Yes.
Okay. Is there anybody else that lives in the house with you?
I don't know. That wasn't anyone that I saw.
Okay, so you just live there with your son?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And where's his father? Does he have a father?
I think he lives there, but he's not. He's not there now.
He's not there now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And let's move forward. And as you're driving, what do you see? Where are you?
I'm driving twisty road.
Okay.
Just driving by myself.
Okay. Do you have anything in the car with you?
And the car's empty.
And when you make it to your destination, where are you at?
I don't see that I made it to a destination.
Why are you leaving the house?
No. I see my car kind of going off the road.
What happens to the car?
It's a tree.
Hits a tree?
Mm-hmm.
And then what happens?
I'm sitting there with the tree in the hood of the car.
Okay. Are you hurt?
Yeah, but not really bad.
Okay. Is there anybody else around you?
Not right now, no.
Let's move forward in today. Does anything happen?
I don't know.
Can you see anything?
I just see myself still sitting in the car.
Okay. And there's no one around.
Mm-mm.
Let's move forward into another important day in his life. One of the most important days you've ever had in this lifetime. What is happening?
There's the three of us together.
Your husband and your son?
Mm-hmm.
And what's going on?
We're outside at home together.
Okay. And are you having a meal or what are you doing?
We're laying in the grass.
Okay. What are you looking at?
Looking at the stars at night.
Okay. And what else happens?
Seems like we're laughing.
What do you do all day? In this life?
I I'm at home with my son.
Okay. Did you ever have a career?
I don't remember one.
Okay. And what did your husband do for every day?
I can't tell exactly, but he used to call a lot.
Okay.
Traveled a lot.
Traveled a lot? Okay. Mm-hmm. Now I want you to move forward to the very last day of your life in this lifetime. We've gone forward to the last day of your life in this lifetime you're watching. What do you see?
I see I'm holding hands with someone.
Whose hand are you holding?
My husband.
Okay. Is he saying anything?
Smiling at me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm laying in a bed.
Okay. And then what happens?
I close my eyes. Nothing else happens.
Okay. So let's let that person go back to continue that journey and that life. And now that we visited some lifetimes that your subconscious wanted you to see, let's talk to your subconscious. May I speak to Natalie's subconscious, please?
Yes.
I have permission to speak to Natalie's subconscious. I respect the power of the subconscious because I know the subconscious takes care of Natalie's body and does a very good job of it. I also know that the subconscious has the records of everything that has ever happened to Natalie in this lifetime and all the other lifetimes he or she has ever lived. So I respect the power of the subconscious, and I always ask for permission to speak to it and ask questions. Do I have permission to ask questions?
Yes.
I know the subconscious could have brought forth many lifetimes for Natalie to see today. You chose to bring forth in the first lifetime, the one where she was a lonely girl growing up in a rustic town, and she died alone. Why did you pick that lifetime for her to see?
To show her that family is the most important thing.
Okay. In the second lifetime, she was the mother of 2 children and married to her husband, and they lived on a beach house. What was the importance of showing her that lifetime?
To show her that she can be at home with her family and she's happier.
Okay. So she's happy with her family.
Mm-hmm.
And then you also revealed to her the third lifetime, where she is a female lawyer in New York City. And she was very happy to be a successful female lawyer of her own law firm, but that she did work very much and lived an unbalanced work-life balance between her family and her work. What was the purpose of showing her that lifetime?
To show her not to overdo, overcorrect the career in her life.
Okay. So the value is to not spend too much of her life working, but to share it with her family as well.
That's right.
Okay. And then in the fourth lifetime that we looked over, You showed that she's a modern housewife living in a lake house with her son and her husband. What was the purpose of showing her that one?
That she can have what she wants.
Okay. And what does she want?
A balanced, successful life with a happy family.
Okay. So the recurring theme in these 4 lifetimes, the first one is that she's lonely, and it's not very fulfilling for her to live a lonely life. The second one was that it was fulfilling for her to have a good family and marriage. And the third one was that she needed to have work-life balance if she was going to be happy in her career and her families. And then the last one is, again, more reinforcing that she enjoys a happy life with family. And so the recurring theme for her is to just work on a work-life balance with work and family. Is that the overall consensus with all of these lifetimes?
Yes.
Okay. Now, Natalie has some questions for you as well of her own that she wants to get answered about the current life that she lives right now. First, she is worried that her siblings, her brother and her sister, may not find a career path that they're going to enjoy. What do you have to tell her about her worry about her siblings not having a successful career?
That they are both very capable and intelligent, and they would be happy with the regular life, even though Natalie isn't.
Okay. And Natalie has expressed pity and dissatisfaction in her current career path. What do you have to tell her about her perspective on her current corporate career path?
And it's just a temporary stepping stone. It's not to be let to negatively affect the future.
Okay. Is her current career path teaching her some skills that she can use in her future opportunities?
Yes.
And what are those skills?
The skills are many. Business savvy, perseverance will allow her income for future endeavors.
Okay. And what are these future endeavors that she would be happy pursuing?
She would be a good writer.
Okay. And
helping others like herself.
so this corporate career is actually a stepping stone to allow her the opportunity to save up her money so that she can work towards a writing career.
Writing and helper career.
Okay. And what kind of career should she go into? Because she really wants a career path that where she can help people, but she can also travel and have the flexibility of creating her own work schedule, and one that supports her livelihood financially. What direction should she follow?
She should follow freelance travel writer and recovery coach writer as well.
Okay. So, as a travel writer, does she travel to different places, and what does she write about in her travels?
Writes about spiritual travel, traveling sober, finding the world that inspires people.
Okay. So she travels and she finds inspirational experiences in her travels. Okay. From the perspective of sobriety.
Sobriety and exploration.
And what kind of things does she explore?
How finding the world is good for each person. How sobriety is good for each person.
And what is it about the world that would inspire her?
She feels most connected to her purpose and source when exploring.
Okay. And can you give some recommendations of where she should start exploring?
Start nearby and go to cheap locations so others can too.
Okay. So she should start with small nearby trips, write and talk about the things that inspire, the things that she explored and learned from the vantage point of her sobriety, maybe a spiritual journey, and then go from there. Now, aside from writing, does she also do any other ways of communication, of getting this information out and making money off of it? How does she support herself in this writing career?
She will write books. She will coach one-on-one with others.
Is the coaching done through her home, or is it done online? How is it done?
It's done in both ways.
It's done in both ways. And does she have any other, does she create any kind of shows or to talk about her adventures and her explorations, her travels?
She will do that through speaking at videos, like podcasts and interviews with others.
Will she do her own podcast about the travels that she goes on?
Yes.
Okay. And she said that she would be speaking also through videos too. Will she do a video blog or some kind of video channel for people to follow?
She'll do it through her blog and podcast.
Okay.
Not video.
And video. So she'll do a podcast, she'll write books on her journeys and her exploration, her travel exploration. She'll talk about the things that inspire her, the things that she learned about herself and her spiritual journey, more about her sobriety, and she'll also coach people too. through virtual and also in person. Is there any other ways that she can also make income through being a travel writer?
She'll take groups on guided trips.
Okay.
And start a business where others do that too.
Okay. So she'll be creating different excursions and tours?
Excursions and tours, trips geared towards sober, but not only.
Okay. So kind of like a local travel excursion package for recovery, people who are recovering from addiction.
Local or international for those interested.
Okay. So she'll be taking these vacations and then writing and traveling about it from her sobriety, and then she will form travel packages of her exact excursions that people will want to travel with her to do.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of a spiritual quest as part of your recovery.
And bring others along.
Okay. And obviously she will have a website and other things. Is there anything else that you can give her about how she can further make this career path even more successful? Should she work with any companies?
Engage with others doing the same and work together.
Okay. So she's going to make some networking connections.
Mm-hmm.
And those network connections for different excursions, maybe lodging and other aspects of travel. She will... Airlines. Okay. We should make travel packages as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then she was also worried that she may not meet her parents' expectations if she pursued a writing travel career like this. What do you have to tell her about that?
That you can succeed in new ways, and others will see that.
Okay. So through living successfully in this venture, she will show people different ways to create income that can support them, that doesn't fit a corporate mold. Is that correct?
Yes, for others who want freedom too.
Or conformity outside of the corporate environment, right?
Mm-hmm.
She also wants to know, with her husband and herself, do they have any vows of obedience where they have to be obedient to their family and not break traditional roles or lifestyles?
Not my husband.
Not your husband. What about you?
No.
No. Okay. And she has issues with her physical body. She has this dream physical body. What do you have to tell her in order to achieve this dream physical body that she envisions for herself?
That you have the full power to do it. That your body knows you need to focus more on the physical and less in your head to find it.
Okay. And is there any recommendations you have about how she can achieve better health She complains about the headaches and the knee pain. Is there anything that she could do with her health to reduce those issues?
If she were to exercise in a fun way each morning, she would alleviate most problems in her physical body.
Okay. So she just got a dog. Would walking her dog and long hikes and in nature, would that be a good exercise to start with?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Are there any other kind of fun activities that she could do to be more active and work towards a healthier body?
Use energizing music.
Music, okay. And should she do it with like her spouse or anybody else as well?
She and her spouse should hold each other accountable.
Okay. And she asked also, how can she support her husband and encourage him to find a career path? Because she does feel stressed being the sole income provider at this time.
She should work with him to find ways to make it fun.
Find it fun, okay. So if she were to pursue this travel, exploration, writing career path, writing podcast, vlog career path, will he also get involved with the work?
Yes, their work would be intertwined with each other.
Oh, so they would do it together. So it'd be like a couples.
They would support each other's
work.
work.
And what kind of work should he go into that would inspire him to want to pursue a career path?
She should start with networking in order to get the right connections in music.
In music, okay.
For him.
Is there any other suggestions that you can give her to help him use music in this career path?
Start each day with positive affirmations in order to motivate.
Okay. The other thing also is she feels that she is humiliated by herself. Why does she feel humiliated by herself since no one else is ashamed of her?
She feels responsible for others' happiness and feels her success gives others happiness.
And what recommendations do you have for her to focus on her happiness and her path instead of relying on other people's approval for her to be happy?
She live more in her own truth and share it instead of hiding pretending that it's not true.
Okay. Also, she has asthma and a lot of different allergies to animals and food, nuts, and seasonal allergies. What is the significance of all these allergic reactions to many elements of life?
She is not connected to the physical world and should do things that bring her to earth through exercise, yoga,
Exercise,
deep breathing, feel and connect with the body and earth.
Okay. So as she does more exercising and activities with the earth and reality and yoga, she's going to start grounding herself and these allergies will start subsiding.
Yes, her body will work better.
Her body will work better. So these allergies, are they a way for her body to tell her that she's not connecting to life?
She's not controlling her surroundings.
Okay.
Rather, letting them control her.
So she needs to make more decisions about her surroundings instead of being reactive to it?
Yes.
Okay. See, she also has recurring injuries in her knee and her ankles, on the right side especially. What is the significance of that?
It's a connection to her childhood when her injuries occurred. She needs to move past them.
What happened in her childhood that caused those injuries that she can't move past?
She was a part of teams that she joined to please her parents and became injured during. She needs to make her own decisions to please herself instead.
Okay. So the recurring issues with the knees and the ankles are to remind her of her childhood incident that she was doing things to please her parents instead of doing things to please her.
Pleasing others,
To
yes.
pleasing others.
Mm-hmm.
So every time she has a knee or ankle issue, it's just a reminder of her body telling her that you need to focus less on pleasing others and more on satisfying your own needs.
That's right.
Okay, so it's her body telling her that. Okay. The other thing also is that she has a hard time following through with projects and interests. And if she's going to focus on a new career path, she wants to take it all the way. What recommendations do you have for her to really succeed in her career path and follow through?
She needs to be fully dedicated and accept that the path she's on is not her path.
Whose path is it?
The path of the child that lived to please the parents. Do not hold on to it and commit.
And what lessons can she learn from her parents whom she chose to be born through? Why did she choose them?
She can learn that they have always held themselves back to please others, parents, and children, which led to children still doing the same, to not wait for the future you want for yourself.
Okay. So it is for her to break the conditioning of her parents to carry on a lifestyle and a life that really doesn't fulfill their dreams or their happiness.
Yes, we break it for her siblings and their generations.
Okay, and it will be an example for her siblings as well. Okay. And then what lessons can she learn about the recurring themes in her past lives?
She learned that she needs both a fulfilling career and life at home. She will need to forge a new type of life to achieve that.
And what is her purpose?
Her purpose is to use her story of soul death and addiction to raise the vibrations of others in the same situation through storytelling.
Through storytelling?
And relationship building.
Relationship building? Okay. And raising why is it important to her to raise the vibrations of other people through living her story?
Because we, as humans, need to raise our vibrations right now. And one way that she has knowledge and experience is through alcohol, which is a very low vibrational, addictive substance. It permeates many lives.
Okay.
She can add to the story.
Okay. And when people raise their frequency, do they go to a different reality?
They will go to their own new reality while helping to improve the collective reality.
Okay. And are there parallel realities for Natalie to exist in?
There are
Parallel realities. And will Natalie, by living the best version of Natalie and following the career path that excites her the most, will she exist in the highest reality for her?
yes, she will raise her frequency to the highest it can be, and in that way help those that she touches.
And what happens to the low frequency people who don't work on living the highest version of their life?
We live repeated scenarios of negative situations, poor decisions, and what they think is bad luck.
Okay. So are those lessons for them to learn?
if they can understand their lessons and not curses, they can hear them and raise up.
She also wants to know if she is a starseed. Where is she from?
She's from the stars.
Which stars? Is there a constellation that she's from?
She's always been connected to Cassiopeia.
Cassiopeia? And what is she in Cassiopeia?
She's a higher frequency being.
What kind of body does she have in Cassiopeia?
She has tall body.
What does it look like?
It's tall and blue.
Okay. And what is life like in Cassiopeia? Does she live on a planet, or does she just...
Yes, and it's interconnected with everything there. And it's more natural.
Okay. And what is her life like in Cassiopeia? What does she do all day?
She spends time with those around her and her family. She spends time in nature. She spends time meditating.
Okay. And then, is she alone, or does she have a companion in Cassiopeia?
She doesn't have one companion. She lives in a collective group.
In the collective group? And why did she incarnate as a human being on Earth right now?
She incarnated at this time while so many others are waking up to ensure that her family and their friends have someone in their group who is raising up so that they can be around higher frequencies.
Okay. Is the Earth going to a higher frequency as well?
Yes.
What frequency is the Earth going to?
It's moving toward the fifth frequency.
The fifth frequency. Okay. And people who raise their energy to a higher frequency exist in that reality, individually and collectively?
Individually and collectively.
Individually and collectively. And people who don't work on their issues or lessons, they continue to repeat the same negative, bad patterns. Do they exist there as well, in those higher frequencies?
They will not be able to in the higher frequencies.
Why not?
They cannot sense and interpret at the fifth frequency. they're living lower.
So they will live in a lower reality and will not be able to sense or perceive people of the fifth frequency.
No, but anyone has the ability to raise, and that's why we're here.
Will everybody make it to the fifth frequency?
No.
Will many people make it to the fifth frequency?
Yes.
And it's the people like Natalie who live their highest purpose and live the highest joy and experience that they will be shown how to raise their frequency.
Yes.
Okay. And this reality of the earth and the people of earth in this fifth frequency, is it in a parallel reality to the one that she's in now?
Yes. It's here.
It's here. And are we just going further into it?
Yes.
Okay. And is Earth bringing more of this fifth frequency into the Earth?
Yes. It wants us to raise our frequency. It wants to help.
What's the help? Okay. And she also wants to know if her husband is a starseed.
Yes.
And where is he from?
Her husband is a Pleiadian.
He's a Pleiadian. Okay. And what did he do as a Pleiadian?
He was always at a very high frequency. He lived with his soul group.
Okay. And how do they live in the Pleiades?
I don't know.
Can you say why he incarnated at this time with Natalie? What is his purpose?
His purpose is to use his creative talents with her to raise the frequency of others and them together be stronger and apart.
So he's here to also help with the ascension of Earth to the fifth frequency by sharing his creative gifts of music and working with Natalie to express her creativity and show other people that by living this higher version of themselves, they will raise their frequency and also enjoy life in the fifth dimension.
Yes.
Okay. Very, very, very clear. Now, Natalie has some questions that she's really, really interested in finding out. She thinks it's going to help her kind of move beyond these questions so that she can focus on her next steps in her life. So there are some questions that she has. A couple of them are about conspiracies. The first question she has is, do the Cabal and Illuminati exist?
No.
They do not exist at all.
They're powerful people, but not an Illuminati.
So there are powerful people, and do these powerful people do good for humanity or bad for humanity?
Neither.
What do they do?
They don't do much.
Do they just do things for themselves?
Yeah. And They can only access those in their vibrational level.
Okay, so they can only access those in their vibration. So the Cabal and the Illuminati does not exist.
No.
Only people who have some power, but they can only access people who are in their frequency.
Yes.
So people of higher frequency, they have no influence on.
No, they can't.
They can't. And why can't they?
Because if they are existing at a higher frequency and they're impermeable to the third frequency beings.
Okay. So higher frequency beings of fifth dimension or frequency are not perceivable and reached by third frequency people.
Yes, and the more people raise their frequency, the less they can be accessed.
Okay. And this is a lesson that they will learn for themselves as well, right?
Yes.
Okay, so this is their lesson. Does people putting energy into this concept empower them? Or what does it do for them when people put energy in these concepts?
It does put energy that flows towards them.
Okay.
And people give them their attention and energy.
Okay. So define to Natalie what these people are. What are they?
They are just third dimensional humans.
They're just third dimensional humans with access to money, and they only can influence third dimensional people.
Yes. Yes.
And when people put emphasis on the concept of the Cabal and the Illuminati, which these organizations do not exist, they actually give them power that they don't have.
They are the ones who create them.
The people who focus on these groups actually create them?
They create them in the collective conscious.
So they create them in the collective consciousness, but they really don't exist.
That's right.
So in order to, by focusing less on the concept of the Cabal and the Illuminati, it makes them cease to exist in your reality.
They would cease to exist.
They will cease to exist. Okay. The other thing is she has questions about the coronavirus that's going on right now. And she's very curious, when is the coronavirus going to end?
It won't end until next summer.
It won't end until next summer. And is it going to end in phases, or how is it going to transpire until next summer?
There will be more cases. There will be some slowdowns, but it won't be gone for good for another year.
For another year? And was it man-made?
No.
How was it made?
It was made when humans tried to control the natural world.
And how did humans try to control the natural world that made the coronavirus?
By removing and consuming things that are not meant for the human body.
And what are those things that were not meant for the human body?
Live animals.
Live animals. Okay. And they took them out of the natural world.
Yes.
And where originally did it come from? Did it start in China or did it come somewhere else originally?
It is from China.
It is from China?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And is it a new virus?
Yes.
Is it a new version of the coronavirus or it's a completely new virus?
There have been others.
There have been other versions?
This is a new type.
This is a new type of others?
Mm-hmm.
She also wants to know, is the vaccine going to be safe?
Yes.
Are there going to be multiple vaccines to choose from?
There will be different vaccines that come out through the years, but they will all be safe.
Okay. They will all be safe? Is the vaccine optional?
Yes.
It is optional. When the coronavirus pandemic ends in a year, will the vaccine be necessary?
It will be there and optional for those who want it, and it will not be required or mandated.
Okay. And another thing about China, what is your recommendation for people blaming China for this pandemic? Is a pandemic a learning lesson?
Yes, and it could have happened anywhere.
It could have happened anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So
It came from China, but it could have originated from nearly any country, as we all participate in the same or similar activities.
okay. So it could have happened anywhere, and it just happened to happen in China at this time with this virus.
That's right.
But there have been other deadly viruses that came from other countries as well.
Yes.
It just didn't have the ramifications.
It was not as contagious.
It's not as contagious. Okay. So what is your recommendation for people who want to blame China?
I recommend that they try and do their best to gain their own knowledge and not sit and be told what to think by those who have their own preconceived ideas. And each individual needs to be empowered to find their own truth.
And that leads to another question that she asked. The pandemic, that this was a conspired conspiracy. Is that true? Was it a pandemic?
No.
No. It was an accident by nature.
Yes.
Okay.
It's Mother Earth.
It was an accident by nature by Mother Earth. And did Bill Gates start it?
No.
Is Bill Gates a reptilian?
No.
Is Hillary Clinton a reptilian?
No.
Is Obama a reptilian?
No.
Are reptilians bad?
No.
And what is the intent of reptilians?
Like other starseeds, to raise the vibration of the universe.
Are reptilians native to Earth?
No.
No. So they're starseeds.
Yes.
And at some point, they inhabited Earth.
Yes.
Are they among us?
Like other star seeds, yes.
Are they incarnates or are they actual reptilian aliens that live among us?
They are incarnates.
They're incarnates, okay. So, the other thing she also wanted to know as well about that is, should we be wearing masks?
Yes.
So people should wear masks. And why should they wear masks during the pandemic?
To protect
Each
each
themselves?
other.
So they should take it seriously.
Yes.
What if it's not in their life plan to catch and die from the coronavirus?
And they can ensure that they don't pass it on to others.
So even if it's not in their life plan to catch or to have a bad case of coronavirus, they could still pass it on to others.
That's correct.
So wearing masks and mitigation and doing the best that you can during the pandemic is actually helping not pass it to others, even if you're not going to struggle with the virus and die from it.
That's exactly right.
Okay. So it might not be in your life plan to die of the coronavirus. If you have it, you might be a transmitter to somebody else.
Right.
Okay. So wear a mask. Okay. She also wants to know, are dolphins incarnated souls as well?
Yes.
And what is her connection to dolphins?
She connects with their starseed entities. She, from a young age, could tell if they were similar.
And what are the starseed origins of dolphins?
They're from an ocean planet.
Okay. Where's this ocean planet?
Serious?
From Sirius? And how did they get to Earth?
They incarnated here like star seeds as their high vibrational beings.
Okay. So they actually incarnated into their bodies.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And how did their bodies get manifested to Earth?
They evolved here.
Evolved? Okay. So they evolved. And that goes to another question that she has is, how do humans get consciousness?
They evolved here too.
So everybody evolves.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's another question that she has. Is the flat Earth real?
No.
The flat Earth is not real.
No.
Is the Earth round?
Yes.
And how can she find out if the Earth is round without going to space?
They can, again, try to gain their own knowledge, okay, rather than being told what to think.
Okay. And spending so much time in these different conspiracies, what does that achieve for someone?
In the beginning, it can help expand what concepts of what reality could be, as long as they continue growing and don't stop while thinking it's conspiracies, and use it as just a step in the process.
Okay. So, for someone who is entertained by conspiracies, it can help. It can help wake them up, but it can also keep them stuck to a lower density.
If they get stuck in a lower density, then conspiracies to them no longer serve the enlightening purpose, but rather hold them back.
Okay. So it's kind of like catch-22 of these conspiracies. It can help wake them up to a greater reality, but it can also, if they get so far into it, pull them down into the third dimension.
That's right.
And keep them stuck in that cycle of negativity that lowers and lowers and lowers their frequency and makes these conspiracies more real.
That's right.
Okay.
They have to use it to move beyond.
Okay. So for some people, it helps them move beyond, but they need to move beyond it.
That's right.
Okay. And multiverses. You've already gone over multiverses, but how many different multiverses can people go into during the pandemic or at this time of Earth's ascension?
Multiverses are infinite.
Okay. She also wants to know, when is the official first contact with humans in the physical life that we make with an alien civilization?
It will be in her lifetime.
It'll be in her lifetime? Will it be later in her lifetime or sooner in her lifetime?
Later in this lifetime.
Later. Can you explain who is going to be, what kind of alien races later in her lifetime will be the first official contact that humanity makes with other alien civilizations?
It will be a higher frequency, benevolent race.
Can you name some of the races?
It will be a blue race of aliens.
Okay. Are there star seeds that are incarnating at this time during Earth's ascension to the fifth frequency? What is their role with alien contact?
Their role is to awaken to who they are, understand their origins, so that they can open their minds to be in communication.
Okay. And did aliens create humans?
Yes.
And are there many alien species that created humans?
Yes.
Are humans one of many seeding projects?
Yes.
Are there many different human or humanoid civilizations in the multiverse?
Yes.
In many galaxies?
Yes.
Are they all going through the same evolution?
Yes.
And then the subconscious is in each and every one of them?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So we're always expanding and growing.
We are.
Yeah. Okay. And the last question she wants to know is, are there bad aliens?
Yes.
And what are the bad aliens?
They're not bad anymore.
What makes them so bad?
Their lower frequency.
They're lower frequency aliens.
Mm-hmm.
And when most everyone goes to the fifth frequency of Earth, will they exist there?
No.
Only the benevolent ones.
They'll stay at lower frequency.
And what kind of aliens are low frequency?
The kind that feed off negativity.
And what kind is that?
It's the gray aliens.
So the gray aliens feed off negativity.
Mm-hmm.
Well, but you said that they're not bad anymore.
They won't be.
They won't be. So they'll evolve.
Later, yes.
They will evolve much later.
Yeah.
And when they evolve, where will they go?
As they evolve through the frequencies, like humans.
They will also eventually make it to the 5th frequency?
Yes.
Okay. Are they evolving now?
Yes.
Okay. But they will evolve much later?
Yes.
Okay. So then will we meet the gray aliens in this lifetime?
No.
So humanity in the 5th dimension will not meet the gray aliens, but they will meet benevolent aliens, like the blue beings?
That's right.
Okay. So it will be a much, much different lifetime that the gray aliens finally evolve.
Yes.
Okay. And then the other thing is she has some pain in her body, and she would like the pain in her body corrected. Can you heal those pains in her body? The headaches and the ankle and all the other pain for her?
Yes.
And she also wants to hear from her angels. Does she have angels?
Yes.
And what should she look for that will remind her that her angels are with her, having a journey with her?
She should be in tune with her synchronicities.
And is there a message that her angels have for her?
That you are going down the right path. And it might be hard for a little while.
For a little while, okay. And the subconscious, can you give Natalie a big hug for having the courage to come in today?
Yes.
Okay. Now, I'm asking the subconscious to recede to where it belongs, with much love and thanks for the help and information it has been given today.